Hello my friends, here is the second part of the Dominican Republic's complete travel guide. Be sure to watch this video before traveling to the DR. It will save you from unnecessary expenses and help you have an amazing vacation. I share a lot of useful information about vacation and resorts in the Dominican Republic. Please like and follow my channel, it really supports my work. Thank you. If you are new here, my name is Cana and I make honest reviews of the resorts in the Dominican Republic. I worked in the tourism industry in Punta Cana for many years, so I know all the resorts, excursions, and the best places to visit. Now, I'm a real estate broker, helping those who want a home or investment in this paradise. On this channel, I share my experience so you can choose the perfect resort, best excursions, and learn more about life and real estate in the Dominican Republic. I'll help you find the right hotel and book it at a better price. Message me on WhatsApp to get a free consultation. Okay, now let's get back to our guide. First, let's talk about the safety in the Dominican Republic. Tourist areas in the Dominican Republic are safe. However, it's important to be careful and keep an eye out for what's going on around you. Safety in the hotels. It's actually absolutely safe within the resorts and on their beaches because there is security everywhere. However, caution is advised on deserted beaches or secluded areas. Although attacks and robberies on isolated beaches are extremely rare, it's safer to stay within the resort area. Always store your valuables in a safe or lock them up. Thefts in hotels are extremely rare, but it's advisable not to bring expensive jewelry and particularly valuable items to the country. Safety outside hotels. Bávaro and Punta Cana areas are relatively safe. Many foreigners and expats live there, but you should follow some rules. First, it's not recommended to walk around. There isn't much to see within walking distance beyond most hotels. We do not walk here. It's hot, dusty, and there are hardly any sidewalks. Besides, there is a chance of being targeted by a motorcyclist who might try to snatch your phone or bag. Although this happens very rarely and depends on the location. It's normally safe near supermarkets and tourist spots. Walk inside your resort, jog on the beach, and if you want to go to a store or somewhere else, just take a taxi. Avoid bad neighborhoods, ghettos. In the Dominican Republic, like in any other country, there are good and bad neighborhoods. It's safe in the resorts, residential areas, and districts such as downtown, El Dorado, Los Corrales. However, it's not recommended to travel to areas like Frusa and Verón. I'm talking about Punta Cana areas right now. It wouldn't be accurate to say that these areas are dangerous, Frusa and Verón. In fact, they are mostly calm. However, there is nothing of interest for tourists in these areas, so it's better to avoid them. 3. Do not walk at night. If you want to go to a club or a disco, just take a taxi or Uber. Here, I give you the list of the safe places: Cocotal, Congo Bar, Imagine, Oro Night Club, Marocco Club, Hard Rock Cafe, Havana Downtown. You can check my video about nightlife in the Dominican Republic in Punta Cana with our recommendations. Do not leave your drinks unattended in any bars, clubs, and discos. I've been living here in Punta Cana for 17 years and I actually never heard that something bad happened to tourists at nightclubs here. But still, it's better to be careful in any situation. Okay, number 4. You may be offered drugs right on the beach or in the streets. Yeah, that happens. The sale and use of narcotics in the Dominican Republic are criminal offenses and are punishable for up to 15 years in prison. Therefore, we strongly advise against purchasing them under any circumstances. And the rule number 5. If you decide to purchase excursion from non-official representatives outside the hotel, including those on the beach, do not make any advance payments. Insist on paying in the bus upon pickup. Please keep in mind that we offer high-quality excursions at the best prices. It's absolutely risk-free. You don't have to make any prepayment. We only work with the official tour operators, so it's absolutely safe. Okay, now let's talk about renting a car in the Dominican Republic. When renting a car in the Dominican Republic, choose only trusted rental agencies. If a company requests your passport as a deposit, choose another company. Pay attention to the fact that traffic rules in the Dominican Republic are often loosely followed, and the traffic can be chaotic since many local drivers are unaware of the traffic law. Many roads are not well lit, so it's advisable not to drive long distances at night. We can recommend you a reliable car rental company in Punta Cana. Please message me to my WhatsApp and I'll help you. Couple of words about medical insurance. It's really important to have medical insurance when traveling to the Dominican Republic. For example, all the hospitals in Punta Cana are private and they will not give you any services unless they see your insurance. The closest public hospital is in Higüey and it's like 1 hour driving. The cost of medical expenses here can be very high, almost the same as in the United States. If you need medical assistance, contact the insurance company immediately. They will point you to the address of the medical center they work with. All the resorts have a medical center, but it often does not accept your insurance. They might ask you to pay upfront, assuring you that your insurance will later reimburse the expenses. But this is not always the case. Please clarify all details in advance with your insurance company. Some cases are often not covered by insurance, such as chronic illnesses, allergies, incidents that occur during alcohol and drug intoxication. If you find yourself in a situation where you need to pay at the clinic, you can also negotiate. They might give you good discount prices. Now let's talk about the problem we have here, the seaweed. Seaweed occasionally makes its ways to the shores of the Dominican Republic. While there isn't a specific season, it's more common from May to September. The seaweed influx can persist for days or even weeks. It accumulates along the coast. Although the seaweed doesn't harm people, it doesn't exactly make the beach look nice and might not smell great. Nearly all resorts take proactive measures to keep their beaches clear. Hotel staff manually remove seaweed each morning. In more severe cases, specialized equipment is deployed. Many hotels have installed nets designed to trap a significant portion of the seaweed. If you're in the Dominican Republic during the seaweed season, consider swimming in the morning. The ocean is typically cleaner. Alternatively, explore other beaches like Saona, Macau, Bayaibe, where the seaweed occurrences are quite rare. The area of Cabeza del Toro is often more influenced by the seaweed, but actually the Dominican Republic really fights and take all the possible measures to fight with this problem, and it's much better now than a couple of years before. Sometimes on some websites I come across the information about the rain season in the Dominican Republic. There is no rain season here. Rains can occur at any time of the year. Cyclones can come in January as well as in August. Prolonged rains are extremely rare, usually lasting 1-3 days. Intense downpours may last only a few hours followed by sunshine. Therefore, you can visit the Dominican Republic at any time of the year without worrying about rains. Couple of words about hurricanes. The usual season for tropical storms is from August to October, but serious hurricanes are very rare, once every 10 years, and Punta Cana area was never seriously affected. All hotels are constructed with concrete and special hurricane-resistant materials, so it's safe even during strong hurricanes. In extreme cases, hotels evacuate their guests to a safe place. I've been living here for 17 years and this only happened once. By the way, not a single tourist was harmed during this hurricane. In the entire history of tourism in the Dominican Republic, there have been no casualties from hurricanes in the Punta Cana Bávaro area. Tourists never been seriously affected by a hurricane here. Meanwhile, the resort prices can be significantly lower during a hurricane season, and you can take advantage of the reduced rates. Now let's talk about the ocean. The Bávaro Punta Cana area is located on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean. Moving eastward, the ocean tends to be calmer, but as we go further north, the waves tend to increase. In the description, I leave you the list of the hotels with a calm ocean. That is the Cap Cana, Punta Cana, Cabeza del Toro, and Bávaro Beach resorts. Starting from Los Corrales area, the ocean is a bit wavy, but still rather comfortable to swim. But the resorts of Uvero Alto area, the waves might be quite strong. If it's important for you to have a calm beach at the hotel, or on the contrary, you prefer playing in the waves, message me on my WhatsApp and I'll provide you with this information. Safety in the sea. Punta Cana's beaches are not only incredibly beautiful but also very safe. It's considered that Power Beach is located on the coast of the Atlantic Ocean, while Bahia and La Romana are on the Caribbean Sea. A coral reef runs alongside Punta Cana Beach, providing protection from big waves along the entire coast. The water is easy to get into with smooth sandy bottoms everywhere. It's rare to encounter any dangers while swimming here. There are hardly any venomous sea creatures like jellyfish, urchins. Sharks do not cross the coral reef. No tourists have ever been attacked by sharks here, so swimming is completely safe. Swimming beyond the buyos is highly risky due to the presence of motorboats and catamarans. It's best to avoid going there. The Dominican Republic does not have dangerous animals either. We do not have venomous snakes or spiders. Yes, there are mosquitoes in the evenings, but all the resorts carry out fumigation every day. So as you see, the Dominican Republic is almost a paradise. And we are moving to the end of your trip. So I want to say a couple words about custom regulations upon departure. Passengers of legal age are allowed to bring maximum of 20 cigarette packs, 25 cigars, 200 grams of tobacco, and up to 3 liters of any duty-free alcoholic beverage, wine, beer, rum, whiskey, or liquor. But these are the Dominican Republic's regulations. Make sure to verify the import regulations of the destination country for the specific allowances. Exporting tiger shells, sea stars, and corals from the Dominican Republic is prohibited. Okay, my friends, that was the second part of the Dominican Republic's complete travel guide. I hope it will be useful for you. Please like and subscribe my channel. It really supports my work. And check my Instagram where I post tips and real life in the Dominican Republic. Leave your questions in the comments and message me if you want to book tours and resorts in the Dominican Republic with a discount. Thank you for watching and see you here in the Dominican Republic. Bye bye!